Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Live from Venice, this is Talking Shit with Jim and Eddie. I'm Jim Jeffries. I'm here with Eddie Ift and...
Our new sidekick. We have fired Jason Auer of Power. He is no longer with the show.
He lost the tart off. It was only fair. Please welcome to the show.
Treadwell.
Treadwell Wiley.
And now, do you like being part of the show?
Oh, yeah, it's the best thing I've going on in my life.
Now,
That used to be Jason's best thing, if you remember last episode.
and do you like living on the couch now?
Oh, it's been amazing. I can't believe this whole entire couch you have made out of vaginas. Sorry, I'm trying to be more like your old roommate. What's his name again?
He never talked about vagina, mate.
Jason never
And
talked
also,
about
his name means nothing to us anymore.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead to us.
You're all here because you're not like him.
Oh, good. Well, then, I don't really care about stealing this man's job.
Jim?
Get Jason back.
Yeah, we want Jason back.
Really?
Yeah, goodbye, Treadwell.
Sorry.
Goodbye.
Okay, that was our little practical joke. Obviously, we could never get rid of our friend, housemate, sponge, Jason Auer. You still with us, mate?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
He was worried, though, last week. I have to say, last week's episode, if you listened at the end of it, when we had the
Wasn't our best episode.
how we had a tart off between Jason, Hour of Power, and Paul Provenza's friend Treadwell. And Jason,
His name wasn't Treadwell. It was...
I'm not...
Trenton.
Yeah, no. I want him stricken from the record.
Wow.
You didn't like him.
Why?
He really freaked me out.
How did you know you didn't like him? What was the indicator?
Well, the first indicator is Noosa.
What do you mean?
Your dog, if like
Wait a minute.
3 people come in the room and 2 of them, she's like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And then that dude, she's just like viciously hates.
Did she try to bite him?
She was snarling at him everywhere. Usually, she'll bark at someone when they come to the door, and then after they greet or she sniffs them,
No, wait, but
she's
hold
calm.
on. Oh, let me ask you a question, though. Doesn't Noosa also go after homeless people, Mexicans, and kids?
He had a sleeping bag. He brought a sleeping bag to
Was
the
he
show.
carrying around a sleeping bag? Because
Yeah, he was.
cow chops, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he had a sleeping bag with him. He also held his pants up with a shoelace.
Yeah, if you're hearing all this conversation right now, you have to listen to last week's episode, which Jim says is
Well,
not our best.
also the guy was at the front of this episode.
Yeah,
So we
and
recorded
Treadwell,
last
yeah.
week. We recorded that little joke.
And Treadwell, he's gone, and we don't know where he is. But Jason, you were angry.
He's sleeping
It
on
was
a
like-
couch made of vaginas.
It was like kryptonite, you know? Honestly, I felt like my powers were gone when he was here. I just was sucked
And what
dead.
powers do you have,
I just wanted to ask
Jason?
that question so much.
What powers was he kryptoniting up
I mean,
towards?
not any powers, any specifically, but like that
Personality, invisibility?
Yeah, that the idea of like if I were Superman, that he was like the antithesis of.
He was Lex Luthor.
He killed. No, he was actually the kryptonite. Not,
Can I tell you what really happened?
What?
Because I know this when I am somewhere and being a professional stand-up comedian.
All right,
and
that's not proven.
And you're there like at a party or something, and some guy comes in. And he's the funny guy.
Yeah.
And he starts being funny.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, look at him. He's funny. He's crazy. He's wacky. And he's like putting shit on his head. And he's like, look at me. And people are like, hey, he's funny. Don't you think he's I completely shut down.
I do as well.
And
yeah.
I become almost anti-funny. Like, I want to show that I have nothing in common with this man whatsoever. And I think that's what Jason did, because we build him up like this crazy retard like Jason. And Jason was like, I'm going to be so normal.
He did. He made me normal. That's what happened. It's terrible.
You did not
It
want to
stresses me out. No, I almost like started applying for a job.
No, you're less force crazy. You're the real deal. I will vouch for that. That Jason Auer is the real article of.
Jason and I had a moment once where I think it was the craziest. he's
Oh, I
ever been.
remember when you both kissed.
No, it was. We went to see a movie. What was it called? Sean
Love
Penn-
Actually.
No, it was that whistleblower movie. That was Sean Penn and where his wife was the CIA guy.
Oh, Milk.
No.
That's an excellent choice.
Yeah, but whatever it was a political.
You're
film.
speaking more like Bill and Ted every week. That was an excellent choice.
No, that was the other one where he played the mentally disabled individual trying to raise a daughter.
I Am Sam.
I Am Sam.
Yeah, I Am Sam has a great soundtrack.
I am Jay Sam.
It does. They do
Yeah, no, it's
covers,
all Beatles,
covers
yeah.
of Beatles songs. They have Neil Finn and Liam Finney's son singing The Two of Us together.
And Pete Yorn sings a
Amazing.
song.
Across the Universe. No, that's a different thing.
Having Nick Cave singing Let It Be. It's an amazing album.
Pete Yorn's on that too. I like Pete Yorn.
Yeah, it's an amazing album.
But Jason and I had a political conversation on the way. We had to go to the Valley to meet some
I think we
girls.
talked about this once.
And we didn't. We had a conversation. I know we didn't because
Okay,
this has always been in my head that I want to bring it out. We started talking politics and about conspiracy and the way politicians work. And Jason always takes the super liberal route. I'm usually liberal until Jason goes there, and then I have to jump on the conservative bandwagon.
I go either way, depending on what the topic.
Well, Jason started to tell me his political knowledge, and he was explaining how the corporations and the government are controlling everything, and they're fucking the man, and they're fucking me, and they're fucking you and I. And he was explaining how they all work, and I said, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about right now. You're just spewing shit right now. And he goes, I used to work in politics.
When did you work in politics?
When I was in the church.
Yeah, but that's not...
No, explain.
No. When I was
It might have been political, but it wasn't politics.
No. When I was in the church, I had two roommates at one point.
Yeah, because all politicians have roommates.
No. These guys.
Yeah. I hear fucking Obama and the vice president share a bunk bed.
These guys, one managed one councilman's office and the other managed. They were managers. They weren't the actual politicians. They were the behind the scene guys. And because I was in church with them, they let me move in and stay in their house.
Right.
Do you see the pattern?
Wait a second. Anyways, all right, leave it.
okay.
It's like a hanging curve. But
You'd have to be 100 to do all these things.
no, I really did. It's weird stuff, man. So those two guys, one of them is actually now like a congressman or something like that.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
I'll show you who he is. I don't want to talk about it on the show.
I've seen his naked picture on Craigslist.
You're not going to say his name?
I really don't want to involve myself with that.
Why
So-
is it?
I just don't want to make enemies in the world, you know?
Oh, and
Well, what about Trenton?
That's different.
Trenton's your nemesis.
He better not come to Venice ever again.
Trenton, if he goes skateboarding past the fucking coffee shop, it's going to be like the opening scene from West Side Story.
would you throw pebbles down in front of him if he skateboarded by?
Yeah.
All right, so carry on. I cut you off. One of them's a congressman.
Yeah, well, anyways, those
Let
guys...
you move into his house
Well, they would hire me
as a gimp.
to work for them, and I would help out with different things. Like we worked for Alan Keyes. We actually worked for
Alan Keyes.
George-
Is that the people who make the things that put IKEA furniture
I actually
together?
He's a black Republican.
Oh, is he right?
Yeah,
Okay.
in that same time period, I met George
W. Bush.
when he was on his first campaign.
Wait. You have met a president.
Yeah, I shook his hand at a house in Indian Hill.
You know what's weird? I'll bet he's telling the same story.
I want to mention
He's like,
George.
George Bush is at a dinner table right now going, I was there. I met Jason Auer.
He probably does listen to the podcast.
I'll tell you something. I'm gonna stick up for once for George W. Bush, and it's been in the paper of late, and it will still be in the paper when this airs, that he was planning a holiday across Europe, and he's not been allowed into Switzerland because the Swiss people in the Geneva and all that have said that if he enters Switzerland,
declared war crimes.
he will be arrested because of the torture that he's handed out. Which I don't agree with him authorizing torture or anything like that, but I think the Swiss have to suck a bit of dick here, really. If they were neutral during the Second World War, if they couldn't tell that Hitler was a bad person, don't swoop in now against George Bush. You know, it's like they're the most pissy bunch of people on earth, the Swiss.
Well, where were the Nazis putting all their stolen treasures?
Well,
Exactly.
The Swiss,
Switzerland, that's why.
Swiss just fucking cower when a big war happens in their own backyard. They make the fucking knives and they never use them.
You went that far with that whole thing just to get to that joke.
No, it wasn't a joke, but I really do believe that the Swiss seem to be a little bit petty, and then they pick and choose. If you go to Switzerland, the tunnels that go into Switzerland have bombs ready to explode, because the only reason they got to stay neutral is because of the mountains. Too hard to invade, so they get to go, you can't invade us, we're going to not pick a side. But sometimes in this life, you have to pick a fucking side, and you know that the British were in the right.
I have a Swiss Army knife joke when I first started doing stand up.
That's not a routine. I'm not doing a routine.
Yeah, you were getting to it.
Oh, Christ almighty.
This is the worst joke I think I've ever written.
Okay.
No, second or third worst. But I said something like, I went to a really wealthy private school, and I said, don't get me wrong, there were gangs and a lot of stabbings, but they were from Swiss Army knives.
Yeah.
And I go, most of the injuries were from burns from the magnifying glass.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I always like the
What's
thing-
your worst joke?
Oh God, too many to fucking even contemplate. My worst joke that I ever wrote was when the X-Men film first came out. So this is a long time ago, the first X-Men film. I'd read the comic books, but I never knew that the metal was actually put into his body. I always thought that was his mutation. His mutation's actually that his skin heals up very easily. So the Nazis or whoever put the metal through his body, and then he'd come out, but still hurt him, and then they'd go back. And then I was watching that film. I thought to myself, Jim, your body heals up pretty well. Why don't you do that? So I attached all the metal that I had in my house through my body, but all I had was bread and butter knives. So, don't get me angry because they'll come out, but, I won't attack you, but I can butter 6 bits of bread at once, and they call me margarine.
That's brutal.
Oh, it's terrible.
That is so
terrible. I think you got one outing. It never.
Yeah. I know there's once that I said,
Jason hasn't finished his story.
I don't care. They say Jesus died for our sins, and I didn't believe that. And what was it? And then I went to Vegas. Oh, now I know. I saw why they tortured him so much. Terrible. Terrible. I was so bad in Vegas.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
All right, back to your political story.
So
By the way, this is the night he told me that he was a temp at Sizzler. In the same conversation, almost, he told me he worked for a politician and he also had a panic attack while temping at Sizzler.
So you were living in a bunk bed with a politician. What happened?
No. I mean,
You had sex with Ellen Keyes.
No, actually, I helped coordinate his fundraising dinner for him
A fundraising dinner?
in Cincinnati when he traveled through. Yeah.
Yeah. How
When he was
did
running.
you coordinate?
Well,
He was
I
putting
just
chairs
did whatever.
up.
Yeah, I did that exactly. That's exactly what we did.
That's not coordinating. That's chair moving.
you moved chairs.
Well, we did everything.
You put
You
plates
put
on the
some
table.
trestle tables up. You put some chairs out.
I collected money too.
Put a lot of red and white balloons out.
I went around with a hat.
Republican red and white balloons, right?
Okay, so this stuff that you're telling me, though, this was your argument to tell me that you knew what goes on
No,
in politics.
I listen to people talk.
You didn't work in
and-
politics. You worked for a politician.
And my church, my pastor was very politically active, and I was the worship leader, so I was around for a lot of meetings that he had. We had people that were members of the church that were
I'm gonna start calling you the
military intelligence guys.
You're going to be the worship leader from now on. That's your new name.
All right, Jason, 9/11, what happened?
Yeah, really. We need to hear your theory.
We need to hear your theory. What happened? I might agree with you.
I just honestly, I believe that it's possible. I don't.
No, it definitely happened.
No, I mean, yeah, it definitely happened. But here's the thing, though. It's like there's so much.
Jason was like, there was 9/10 and 9/12.
I wasn't even here.
That day was skipped over.
Jason's not even sure if those buildings were there to begin with.
I don't believe they even existed. All right, so tell us.
I just think that it's possible that it was a black bag operation. That it was like
Explain.
false flag or whatever it's called, where
It's happened throughout history. hasn't it?
where the Germans did it. With Parliament, there was threat immediately thereafter 9/11. There was I've heard stories, and read accounts where congressmen were saying that they were actually threatened to sign the Patriot Act. Like they had to do it. They had X amount
There's
of
a
time.
theory that Pearl Harbor was
false flag.
they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and if you look at the legislation in the way that our government has changed since that act, I think that it's possible that it was a false flag operation to usurp our government.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that your name is on any list in the government, or that anyone with the government is watching you at any time? You personally.
It's possible.
But what do you think?
I don't think it's possible. No one knows where you live. I've known you for years, and I still don't know where you live. I've never gone over there. Every time I pick you up, it's from a different address.
Your landlord doesn't even know where you live.
Yeah.
No.
Even Duke just wanders the street.
Tell us, do you think that there's anyone at the government watching you?
I hope not.
But do you think so?
No, probably not.
Do you think you could start your own government? One time you told me you could.
What's your biggest conspiracy that you believe in?
Ip Man.
I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, I get shouted down for this one all the time. I believe that Elvis Presley is still alive. Do you want explaining? Do you want me to tell you why? Okay, if you go online, there was a woman who... there was a guy who wrote a book that was directly from Elvis, right? Okay, and Elvis is a psychiatrist, and he was a guy out of Kansas City. And this guy got given like an Elvis robe and a ring and some cufflinks that Anne Margaret had given Elvis, and all this. This guy calls himself Jesse, right? Now what happened was, this guy writes the book, and then the people in the media go, "Oh, this is all bullshit." He passes 2 lie detectors, right? And it proves that he was telling the truth. At least he thinks he was telling the truth, right? And so that was a little story from about 2002, and then it went out the window. And this is all online. You can all find this out. And then there was a woman called Eliza who was an orphan, right? And then found her birth mum, right? And then her birth mum said, "Oh, this such and such, this bloke is your dad." She went over and visited this guy. It turned out it wasn't the dad. Did the DNA test. That wasn't the dad. Then she went to the archives in Memphis. And it turned out her mum lived over the road from the mansion, or from Gracelands. And then they had there's photos of Elvis and her mum. So she was like, fucking hell, maybe I'm Elvis's love child. Right? So on record, there's 2 cousins that have given their DNA of Elvis. And they proved that this woman was not Elvis's love child, but Elvis's sister. Dun, dun, dun! What? So Vern Presley, after the mum had died, who Elvis was very keen on, slept in the same bed as 18. And then so she went over there. Stan, who's in his fucking Vern, who's in his like 60s or 70s, went, 16-year-old girl, hey, the wife's dead. Gave her a bit of a ploughing in old fucking Graceland. This 16-year-old girl had this kid, adopted it out, blah, 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 blah. Right? So this all goes through. This goes to Fox News, which we all know is reliable as fuck, right? Which is the most reliable of all the news. And they got DNA from this guy who was claiming to be Elvis, right? From this psychiatrist person, and it proved that was her half-brother.
I'm so confused right now. I'd rather talk
No,
to
that's
Jake.
pretty cool.
Did you get that, Lily?
I think I'm following.
I love how I was completely lost, and my attention
and I'm
deficit
stoned.
disorder.
I got that.
It's the only time in history, because every year 2 or 3 people say that they're Elvis's love child and they try to reopen the estate. This is the only time the estate has been reopened, and there's a court case happening as we speak.
That's amazing.
I think if anyone's still alive, I think it's Saddam Hussein.
So the psychiatrist is protecting...
No, the psychiatrist, he got done in for giving the guy that played Elvis too much prescription drugs. He actually got disbarred. But there is a book out there, and also I will show you the YouTube clips afterwards, and you can make your own decision. But there's cops and DNA specialists and handwriting specialists that have seen letters from this guy Jesse, and they say, yeah, no, it's definite that he's still alive. But people don't seem to talk about it in the media. It never really made big news.
No, they give up on shit so easily, and that's part of the problem of why these things never get finished.
He might be dead now. That story broke a few years ago. And Elvis would be, 70 now? He's 70 years old now.
It's so hard to stay on the top of the news and keep it like people viewing it like it's gone here today, gone tomorrow, that you can't like really continue to investigate something. Saddam Hussein, when they hung him, he's not dead.
Oh, they hung him.
Nope.
There was a lot of men that looked like Lalit standing there. I saw it.
Saddam, not dead. Osama,
back hair.
not even looking for him.
Bin Laden's already dead.
Dead or...
He's been dead. They got to keep a boogeyman going.
Yeah.
Jason, I've given you mine. What's your biggest conspiracy theory?
I kind of agree with Peter.
What's Peter's?
I think that...
and explain who Peter is.
Yeah, I don't even know who Peter is.
Peter is our friend that has the dog Monster. We've talked about him before.
Oh, yeah, Monster. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyways, he pointed me to a few sites online, and I always had an
Do you
idea.
have lucid conversations with Peter? Because I love Peter. I think Peter's great, and I want to have him on the show. I love Peter. I'm going to say that. I've surfed with him. I've hung out with him, but I've never had a conversation with him.
I'll go over there and we'll smoke out and we'll talk for about an hour.
Yeah, but
So there's your lucid conversation.
Every conversation I've had with him, he starts stuttering and then going into aliens.
He stares off into space sometimes
my
a lot.
conspiracy
Like
theory.
he'll be talking to you and then he'll just, and then
I'm going to
where'd
give
you
you an
go?
impression. Let's just say we were discussing our go-kart racing. I'd say, hey, we went go-kart racing. Have you ever gone go-kart racing? You'd be like, oh, yeah, go-karts. Those are fun. Did you get the fast one? And I'd be like, yeah, when you go really fast, like and then you get going, and then sometimes it warps, and you sometimes go into third dimension, and everyone else is racing, but you're in your own place because you've gone somewhere that people don't go, and that's when that's 12 or 2012.
You wanna play some video
and that's
games?
when people die, and it's fucked. We're all gonna die, and that's when the aliens. And I'll be like, why did you just do that? And you can have
You know what? I told you when I
conversations with
met him, he was in front of my house. He was drunk and he was crying.
Really?
Because
Yeah, no. A lot of people at your house. He probably found a dead hooker.
No,
Wait, was this when you were married?
Yeah, this is back when I was still married. And he
probably had sex with your wife.
I was gonna say that, but I was gonna go. He probably just fucked your wife, but I thought it's gonna be so mean.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came in nicer with it.
So
come on, what's your conspiracy theory that you agree with?
No. What was he? He was crying. And
he was
then-
upset about the Anunnaki.
What's Anunnaki?
They are.
Oh, he's a sushi chef around the corner.
No, they're the aliens. They're the aliens that gave us civilization. And they're gonna come back in 2012. And
What, the Egyptians with the pyramids and all that
Yeah,
kind of
we're
stuff.
all that. Yeah, because they say that they're
We gotta have Peter.
evolution wise, the jump from one stage of man
The missing
to the
link.
next.
The missing link,
There's
okay.
that missing link. It's like just 10,000 years ago, all of a sudden we're writing, we're farming, and before that we were just flinging poo everywhere. And it's like,
You still do that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing that the aliens came and taught us stuff. This is what is believed. There's a lot of things with the
and
pyramids.
manipulated our genetics and stuff.
Do you know that the pyramids are at the exact longest point of longitude and latitude on Earth?
See, it's shit like that,
exact, and there was no way of them doing it.
That's
and
why it makes me think that's possible.
The exact
maybe
point
probable.
on Earth.
I don't know. I
quite
think that
amazing.
we might be Eddie's
I think.
grabbing my grandfather's
is that what you
stick.
Is that what you believe? You believe that aliens?
Yeah, I had really weird experiences as a child.
The babysitters, the molestation.
No. When I was
Burning
living
the forest.
No, besides that.
The dad that used to beat you.
No, I would have. Have
puppy
you seen that
drowning.
movie, The Fourth Kind?
Yes.
I've seen the
I saw
fifth
that.
kind.
No, The Fourth Kind is a movie where
It's not really based
it's
on
kind of
actual events.
they debunked that movie, but the scenarios they described.
I'm gonna debunk you.
No, I would have.
Can I help you, Eddie?
And I
I think
read
you
about
get a lot of
these.
your history from Stargate.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I just watched that the other day.
I like the
It's
movie. I
on.
didn't like the TV show, but anyway.
No, that was terrible. But I would have these. Waking paralysis when I was a kid.
Right.
And just it would be really bizarre.
That's because your parents would go in and punch your spine.
Your dad's cock would be so far down.
Oh, boo!
Did you ever find yourself elevated off the bed with your fucking grandfather fucking up the ass where he put that nightstick that he used to beat people with his bar into your mouth
No, that's just
and holding you up and rotating you above the sheets,
terrible.
saying, "Don't tell your mum
Terrible.
because she's next."
I'm gonna.
Jesus, Jim. He touches himself right after that comment.
I'm a big testicle adjuster. You know me.
Go on, Jason. Tell us more.
Well, I think it's probable. I have an idea that.
Did you ever see Ancient Aliens in the History Channel? I think I've still got it
Yeah.
recorded. It was good, eh?
Yeah.
I hated that. You made me
Oh, I
watch it.
love
I was
that.
really
I
angry
love
about that.
that.
I've got a problem with aliens, and Arj Barker fucks with me. I don't want to talk about it. I have enough paranoia and enough. I'm a neurotic
Well, the thing is, if
person.
they do visit us, they won't be friendly. There's no way in the world because they'll be coming because they want to take something over in the same way that when the white people went to Australia, they went, "This is new land, let's kill the black people."
Yeah.
When they came over here, let's kill the Indian
it's-
people.
They're gonna gentrify Earth.
Well, it's a communication
No, it's
problem.
exactly the same as when we went and found other countries.
But why would you think that aliens are Darwinistic?
I think evolution, and they've evolved more than us if they can travel here, so they will definitely want to kill us because
So
they would
you-
have used up all the resources of their own planet.
He goes with the Scientology thing that
Okay.
they came to take gold. Right?
Okay, so
all different
Not gold,
Scientology.
maybe resources, but not
Right.
necessarily gold.
So
But L. Ron Hubbard said gold.
in my paranoia of aliens, and I don't even like to talk about it, discuss it, and Arch is
They'll probably like you. You have the same teeth.
Arch Barker's obsessed with aliens and UFOs, and he's installed all these different pictures of like alien babies onto my computer. And Arch is really good with computers that like. I don't, in the middle of like a program I'll be working on, all of a sudden, like I'll be on the internet or on Word or something. All of a sudden, I'll be watching a porno, and all of a sudden, an alien picture fucking appears on my computer and freaks me the fuck out.
I believe something happened at Roswell that wasn't a weather balloon.
I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
I think I've seen a UFO.
I talked in the
go
last
UFO.
show.
We
already talked
I
about
saw
this.
I saw a UFO. I don't know if it was an alien, but I saw an unidentified flying object.
Listen, I got to fly tomorrow, and I don't want to talk about this stuff. Could we change the subject? There's an issue that's been really, we need to get over it right now. There's been some tension, and I just want to get it out there, and we can all.
What is it?
Jason, are you going to let anyone have sex with Lilith?
Yeah, because the thing is, Lilith's made it quite certain that she won't have sex with you.
Yeah.
So is Jim allowed to? Because I'm afraid what's going to happen is.
No, don't get me in trouble.
It's not my body. It's not my. I'm not the person you
But
asked.
here's the thing.
No, it's your
you're-
body we have to get past.
Yes, and that's a long way around. And the problem is that what I'm worried about is that if anyone tries to pursue Lilith and accomplishes it, because you know,
They will, because she looks like she's well up for it.
you're gonna snap,
I won't snap.
and we're gonna lose you.
No,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I saw the way you wanted to go over and crush that man that day. You were really pissed off about somebody going over to help her with something.
Oh, John.
His friend.
Yeah. No, but that wasn't about
Lilith,
her.
shh.
That wasn't about her. That it was no.
What happened?
Yeah, so what?
What happened there?
Part of it.
No, it wasn't.
Tell the story,
It
Lilith.
was him.
Jason, you can tell your side in a second.
Who would you?
Lilith, tell us the
He was
story.
blowing off band practice to go hang out with her.
Nah, that's
really,
not what
no,
you were mad
really,
about.
Yeah.
Were you hanging out with the fucking heroin addict?
That's what I do for a
Can we
living.
not? Yeah.
What?
Did you have sex with a heroin addict?
I did not.
You did.
I did not let his
Did you
penis
have-
come close
did
to
you
me
kiss
at all.
him?
I did not.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Did he try?
No.
What's
He was a gentleman.
Is he some type of fucking
Smelled like
faggot?
cigarettes and coffee. Pretty gross.
Okay, question.
Not Jason
But he
smells.
was great.
If one of us were to have sex with Lilith, who would you rather it be, Jim or me?
This is dead air,
I
man.
know.
No, I mean that's really difficult.
Who is it? Who would you rather have? No, let me rephrase that question.
You know what?
Well, let me rephrase
No,
it. Let me
no,
rephrase
No.
it.
You know what?
Who
Honestly,
would you rather be upset?
No,
who
look,
who would
look.
make you more upset if they had sex with her?
actually, you know what? I'm gonna answer it my way. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm gonna answer the original question. I had to think about it for a second. I'm gonna say Jim. You know why?
What?
Because I know you're uncomfortable with the choking, and Jim's gonna give her what she wants.
Yeah,
So
baby.
he likes to choke. You don't like to do that. You said that before. I've heard you say that.
Yeah, but
so-
I'll choke her to.
Oh, you would? Oh, well, I
Just
mean,
a banger.
but based on previous knowledge, that would be my answer.
Okay, so what? So you would rather have Jim have sex with her?
Yeah.
Well, I want her to be
He
happy.
wants her to be happy.
Oh, what a nice
Soon
man.
Do you want me to
Wake
orgasm,
up.
Jason?
This is getting dirty.
We all want you to orgasm,
Yeah.
Lily.
Okay, now,
you do it for us now?
Jason,
Could've
would
brought
you
my
let
vibrator.
Jim do it if you can be in the room and watch?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lily, would you let that happen?
I wouldn't be able to come.
Am I that creepy?
No, the situation's that creepy. Don't
Yeah.
think I'd be coming either.
I would like that to happen just for the story, for the show. Can you please make it happen?
No, I'll get in trouble.
Please,
No,
with
I
who?
can't be doing things like that.
Oh, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll have to do it.
You have
But
a
just-
girlfriend
but
too.
But
Yeah.
I'll do it for the show.
You're just gonna be that. You're just yeah.
I'll get it up and do it. I'll stick it in. You stand there and just look retarded. Who would you be more upset if you found out one of us had sex with her? What would make you more upset? Like if you found out tomorrow that one of us had sex with her tonight, which one of us would it upset you more?
Who would you
I-
feel betrayed by?
I wouldn't because I've already decided a long time ago that you guys are gonna do whatever you want no matter what, and I can't take it personally.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to tag teamer?
I want to tag team his mum if he's going to fucking...
He doesn't get
Hey
it.
man, it takes two to tango. If my mom wants
No,
to do
no, take
she
three
probably
to
needs
tango.
it.
Would you feel like if we had sex with her, would you feel like we betrayed you?
No.
All right.
He would feel like I betrayed him.
You'd be living up to my expectations.
Wow.
Now, would you have sex with me, Lily?
On or off the record?
On.
Off.
I think, I mean,
Give us
theoretically,
both,
yes.
Give us both. give us both answers. Off the record, would you?
Yes.
On the record.
Hell no.
Why? Off the record's the good one. All right, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll go with off the record. We'll just leave in that on the record
You know,
one.
he's-
Oh no, I've been rejected.
Jason's saying one thing, but I think his chemicals are up right now.
I'm pretty stoned right now. I'll be honest.
Paul Provenza came
Do
over.
you feel it? You feel it, Ernie? Yeah, it is. It's
Bring it
kicked
back
in,
for me.
dude.
Did you
I
take
feel
it
it.
too?
Yeah.
Paul-
We ate some chocolate that Paul gave us.
Paul
before the show.
Provenza came over and made everyone chocolate that involved drugs in it. I can say that openly because Paul smoked pot on television on the Green Room, which would have already aired by now. And in case Showtime at this stage is saying that it was only fake, we have it on good authority that it was not fake.
It was real.
They were actually smoking pot on TV just for shits and giggles.
First time ever that they've ever
They
done it
probably
on
all have their
television.
card though.
I don't.
I'm sure he got.
No.
He had a chocolate bar that was professional. That was from a store.
He shotgunned smoke right into.
No, but I'm saying what he gave us tonight was purchased from like one of those
Medicinal marijuana.
Medicinal marijuana.
Why can't I get Prozac chocolate?
Can you?
Why is it only marijuana?
That's because the
chocolate?
pharmaceutical companies just aren't fun.
Yeah.
They don't want to make flavors.
Where was
and
my
that,
candy Ritalin when I was
Yeah.
a kid?
Can you say medicinal marijuana?
Medicinal marijuana.
Say it again. Say it.
Medicinal marijuana.
Oh, that's good. Your lips are cracking. as you
Now say red letter, yellow letter, over and over, and
Red
over.
letter, yellow letter, red 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 letter, yellow letter.
You're not bad at it.
crazy.
say.
That's
That
pretty
just
good.
gave me anxiety.
Actually, yeah.
Hey, Lily, can we work on my anxiety?
Now say
course
very
you can.
quickly,
I
as
really
fast
have it.
as you can, Lily will never sleep with me. Lily will never sleep with me.
Lily will never sleep with me. Lily will never sleep with me.
No, what I love about Jason. Can I
You know
share
why he
this
was so
thing?
good at that? Because that's what he says all time when he's going to bed.
Crying.
That's how he goes to bed. It'll never happen. 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 This ivory tusk I got it from a girl who used to play volleyball with my wife. It'll never happen.
Do you have conversations with yourself in the mirror ever?
Only if I'm really fucked up and angry.
And what do you say?
I don't know.
What would you say?
I'm usually. I mean, it'd be like after a horrible,
Like that time,
night.
like that time you were sitting on the toilet.
Well, that was a bad time in my life, man. I was depressed.
if you just
I
start
was
li-
like freshly broken up.
If you're just starting to listen to the show, we've mentioned this before, but it is one of the funniest moments ever. Lily, I don't know if you know it, but one time Jason was upstairs sitting on the toilet having a conversation with himself, and there happened to be a guy,
outside the fucking window.
on the telephone pole outside the window, literally like 2 feet away, fixing the wires, and Jason's going, "Why did she leave me?"
That fucking bitch. You know when you...
And he was out there for a while because like all of a sudden I just heard like he probably just shifted and his tool went to that like thing. I heard him rattle and I
And then-
looked out and I'm like, oh my god, that guy was spinning.
You said you got eye contact with him, and he looked at you like, "It's gonna get better."
He lied.
Yeah, you never met Duke.
But it has gotten better, hasn't it?
Yeah, life's much better.
It's been about a year, hasn't it?
Almost.
When's your 1 year anniversary? We'll celebrate it by getting you a hooker.
I think it was the week of my birthday.
You don't remember?
Right. Did
No, it was the week of my birthday.
When was your birthday?
May 9th.
May 9th.
She left you the week of your birthday?
Yeah.
Although I must admit, I'm all
Good timing.
I'm all for that because I hate that girls do this more than guys. I think when you break up with a girl and it's a week before Valentine's Day, how could he break up with me
So he
over
doesn't have to buy
Christmas?
you shit.
How could he? You know what I mean? That really fucking bothers me, that one, because it's like she listens to the show, so I can't say, but I went out with a girl for a while. and I didn't want to go out with her anymore. I was going to break up with her, and then her dad died, and then I was like, oh, I'm in for another 3 months here. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. You know what I mean?
Sympathy.
And
I have my own holidays that land about a week before Valentine's Day and a week before Christmas, and they're called cheap days. And they are the days when I break up with girls, so I don't have to buy them shit.
another one that I really hate is you start dating a girl, you really like her, but it's early days, and you start dating her, and then 2 weeks later is her birthday. What's the protocol?
That's a tough one.
You know what I mean? Because if you get a big gift, you seem desperate.
Yeah.
If you get nothing, you're a bit of a knob.
And
I always go for the funny gift, like remember something that she said about a book that she liked or something like that.
I think dinner's adequate.
No, but dinner's regardless. Dinner, you're paying for every
That's
dinner
protocol.
anyway. It's a girl.
And then something sentimental. Are we becoming a relationship?
I think an orgasm is enough.
An orgasm's enough. So,
Lily, you are just full of hormones. Right now. I have never
Is it
known
obvious
it.
I don't get laid enough?
Oh God, you need it. Wait, so in this room, who's single? I'm not single. Jim's not single.
Jason and Lalit are single. Machete, are you single?
Yeah,
right.
okay. If you had to, Machete or Jason, which one? Come on, you have to choose. Which one?
Only because I like to be consistent. I'd say Machete.
He's gonna blow his brains out tonight.
You got fucking machete. You got
What's it all about, Jim? Why am I here? Why was I born?
He's channeling Duke
the
right
voice
now.
of Duke.
Listen, Jason, don't worry. I'll take you for a Snickers ice cream bar
Oh,
later.
thank you.
And soon's your 1 year anniversary of the greatest thing that ever happened to you. Moving into this house.
And you know what? We're not letting that drop. You're gonna wrestle the MMA fighter.
No, come on.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
get-
no,
we're
no.
gonna-
No more hollow promises.
We're gonna get him a
No way,
lightweight.
No
way,
more hollow
way.
promises.
Hey,
if it happens,
hey,
it happens. It's an
hey.
exciting episode, but I'm not making any more promises.
You're what?
Dude, the last couple of days, ever since we did the kart race, actually, my low back, my sciatic nerve.
But last week's episode, you were doing centipedes.
Yeah, I did it, but
The week before that, you
But I don't
were
want to, dude. I don't want to get hit like that though. Like those guys are legit. Like those guys hit like a ton of bricks.
you can tap
They
out at any time.
I'm tapping out right now.
Wait a minute. You're saying you're.
I'm tapping out right here.
Yeah, that's
You're
a fair
saying
point.
Here we go. I'm
you're saying
tapped
your
out.
sciatic nerve's bad. In the past month, I've seen you centipede, go kart, and let
That's
Jim
'cause you
let
give me-
Jim, an example, punch you in the face and the stomach simultaneously, and you're like, no, I'm tapping out.
There's certain things though, like that. That's a pro fighter, and that's I thought I watched. A
I
bunch
hit you
of,
pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think you
I'll
hit as
bet
hard
you-
as those guys
I'll bet you
did.
if
I didn't hit you as hard as I physically could because, I would have hurt my hand.
I don't know. Did you watch
Jim.
the video, Jim?
I don't know, Jim. I've seen the video. I think
Did you
hit
see
him
the
as hard as
video?
you could.
it wasn't.
He told me he didn't
you
want
did
to
a
see
full-
it. He goes, I don't want to see those
did-
videos ever.
You get into a bow stance. I mean, you.
Jim, you did it like it was years of aggression pent up. Like,
I hoped it helped you.
No, I regret doing that. I feel awful about that. That was the first time I got
I don't
drunk in a
remember
long
doing
time.
it. I don't
No.
remember I remember vaguely doing it, but I don't remember how I got into that position though.
Lilith, is that masochistic? What's that? How would you analyze that?
Are you getting pleasure from that?
He did. I really think he
Totally
did.
masochistic.
Yeah, because
But there's nothing wrong with it.
but he would clench up and get like really tight, and he was like, after they'd hit him, he'd be like, "Yeah, you see that? Yeah." This is all.
A little homoerotic too.
Oh God!
a little.
Really?
Again.
They didn't.
little.
None of them had their shirts on.
It was very.
I didn't see the video.
Yeah, why did we have our? What the fuck's that?
Did I
about?
have my
That
shirt
was
off?
your idea too. I think it was either yours or examples. They wanted.
Did I
you guys
have my
were
shirt
making me
off?
switch shirts with him or something. I don't even know what the hell that was
he had
about.
Example switch shirts.
Was
Yeah.
I shirtless?
Yes, at one
I don't
point.
think I would have been shirtless. That doesn't sound like me.
I make cracks at example all the time on his Twitter. Like he'll say something about a song and what motivated him, and I'll write, "Are you sure it wasn't being on Talking Shit with Jim and Eddie?" And he twitters back so quickly, "Yes, I'm positive, Eddie."
Now, Lily, back to this present thing. What's the worst present you've ever gotten from a guy? And then the best.
Well, the worst and the best would have to be. Thanks, Eddie.
Got it
a vibrator.
3 times. The worst and the best.
Yeah, because it was amazing because I love vibrators and I collect them.
You collect them.
yeah.
Do you have old ones? Like,
Do you name them after your retarded friends?
No, that would defeat the purpose, Jason.
The Jason one, the batteries don't work.
I have a rechargeable one.
the
now. It's pretty
Jason one's
amazing.
been in every hole because it's had so many jobs.
Can I, well,
The
and
Jason
the
one,
reason,
the Jason one only goes in her ass because it stinks like shit.
The Jason one's
it
never
stops
clean.
after a minute. Powering down.
The Jason one she got for free.
Solar powered. The Jason one has a little clock on the end.
The Jason one's only used for lesbians like his wife.
Oh.
All right, we'll end there. unless we go up with a funny one.
So you collect them.
Does the Jason one
I
look
do.
like the bat his grandfather gave him?
Which Jim is holding.
Firmly.
Do you have one with do you
White
have the butterfly?
Everyone
one?
has the butterfly
Or
one.
the the
rabbit.
The rabbit.
I
You have
do.
the rabbit.
I do have the rabbit.
I've got a problem with the rabbit. Girls use the rabbit, which is a cock and those rabbit
And the
ears.
thing that goes in the clit,
and,
yeah.
and it's like you can fuck a girl and use your thumb at the same time and massage your clit, but you're never going to be able to compete with those
you'll
rabbit
never
ears.
compete with the
So when a
thing.
girl is using that, we're never going to be able to contend with that. So they grow accustomed to it, and then coming back to us is kind of like doing heroin and then doing methadone. You're never going to enjoy us as much as you enjoy.
No,
but
I disagree.
No, but it's also the fact that we watch porn that when very rarely going to get the same thing from a girl. Like to the level that we're watching.
Sure. Unless you fuck a porn star.
Yeah, but like unless you fuck 4 porn stars, whether you know what I mean. Even if you fuck a porn star, you're not fucking 4 of them. The only people in the world who are having porn sex are people
Or
in
star,
porn.
yeah, and they have to be up to the performance level. It's like
Yes.
if they fuck you, they're probably just going to fuck you normally. They're going to be like, yeah, I'll take this one easy. They're not doing it for the camera.
Exactly. So we have that, and the girl that we're having sex with will never live up to those standards, whereas we'll never live up to the rabbit ear standards. But we make do, Lilith.
We do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I think you guys know how to please women.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, you guys have girlfriends.
how
that are
many?
still around?
How many do you have?
5.
5.
Aren't you worried that like someone's going to find them in your house and be like, this girl? It's a fucking
I thought I was worried I lost them in the move, and I called Jason asking him where my vibrators were because she couldn't find
she
them.
abused them
She thought I had them
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for some reason.
in his mouth.
Yeah. He was rolling around in bed with them. They were all fucking.
They smell like a vagina.
They were all fucking bouncing around his bed like a game of Hungry Hippos.
He was trying to slit his wrists with them, but they weren't sharp enough.
You might notice some tears on some of them.
And some hair.
I love that she lost her vibrators and called Jason first thing.
Yeah. So why? So you thought you lost them?
Jason, which one smelled the best?
I didn't have them.
You didn't. You know.
Do you have a go-to that's your favorite?
I do.
And which one's that one?
It's called a Lilo, which is interesting because that's my nickname in Armenian. Is Lilo,
Yeah.
and it's the best little curved device.
It goes
that-
up onto the G spot.
Yeah, and it has the little clit thing too.
Oh, nice.
So it's like
Lovely.
ergonomically designed to pleasure you internally and externally.
You know what I've always wanted to do is get the remote control one where the girl wears it.
Oh no, I've just used the remote control before. Shove it in there, and then fucking as she walks around, the channels change.
And put it on her, and you go out, and then you can hit it like whenever you want, and it just starts vibrating on her clit.
That would be romantic.
Really? I'll get
Yeah.
you one.
Thank you. Valentine's Day coming up.
Well, it's my birthday, Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah.
And by the way, Eddie, I think masturbation is one of the best ways of relieving anxiety, in my
Really?
professional opinion.
Then why am I so anxious? I
I
masturbate.
masturbate a ton.
Yeah, seriously.
Stupid
Like,
amount.
I don't think maybe for you.
Yeah,
I do. Well, yeah, I do.
I mean, I don't think it's the same for men. And I mean,
I
you're
do it to
talking about
go to sleep. I do it to wake
Yeah.
up.
I masturbate to procrastinate.
Yeah.
Like I'll have shit to do, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
I've got to do this. Well, I'll masturbate. That'll give me time not to do it.
But-
Sometimes when I'm in hotels, I give myself little competitions to see how many times I can whack it out.
Yeah, I've tried that too. What's your record?
It's quite high.
Huh.
It's like 6.
Yeah,
No
mine's about
way.
5.
Yeah,
Wow.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Within
I've done
a day?
5. Yeah, like within a good
within the
couple,
afternoon.
3-hour period. Yeah,
Within the afternoon.
5's
yeah,
my
yeah.
record.
That's a good sign.
I'd never be able to come that many times with a girl, but I can do it masturbating because I know me.
Yeah, 5. Jason.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Your granddad's bat just gave me a fucking splinter in my foot,
Well, what are you doing with it?
rubbing it against my foot.
You're like doing like foot wanking the damn thing.
I don't even want. Have you seen Elite's feet when we did the strip poker? Oh my
She's got
god!
amazing feet.
Oh my god!
We're gonna find out now that Lindsay's been gone for 8 episodes or 6 episodes. How many episodes have we lost Lindsay?
6 episodes.
And now Lalit has been here for 4. Have you been in on 4 episodes?
Yeah.
I wonder what our listeners.
Well, write in and tell us who you like more.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have
we
a-
could have like
a
a
little contest.
Survivor kind of thing.
you know, like how we had the tart off. I think, yeah. Well,
Clit off.
Let's
problem is-
let's look at the pros and cons here.
Lindsay
okay?
was more fun to pick on.
Yeah.
Lindsay was more fun to pick on. She had a more of a wounded animal side to her than you do. I think we can all agree that you're prettier, but that shouldn't come into play because it's a podcast.
Yeah, but
audio.
it's more fun for us to look
It
at.
keeps you happy, Jim. That's one thing about
Yeah.
it.
You were more adventurous with the taking off of the clothes.
Yeah.
I don't think Lindsay would have done that, nor would
No.
we
Nor
let
would
her.
we want
Yeah.
her to. We had a rule against that.
But I must admit, I care very much for Lindsay. I think Lindsay's a lovely girl if she's listening, and
Yeah.
I miss her very much.
Do you think
Like-
she listens?
Yeah, of course she does. She's got nothing else going on. But I do. I really like Lindsay, and I miss Lindsay, so I hope she
Yeah.
comes back. But that doesn't mean that we'll be getting rid of you, Lily. Oh no.
Thanks, Jim. I'd be heartbroken.
You would be.
You'll just have to.
Oh, you didn't do it down microphone.
Oh.
You'll just have to overpower her.
Look, we all know what's going to happen. Either me or you is going to have sex with her, and she won't want to be on the show anyway. So that'll be the end of that.
And then that'll be the end of our relationship. Still.
Yeah, we'll be in trouble as well because those girlfriends.
It's unbelievable how they can't separate the emotion and the physicalness of it. Why is that, Lily?
I've been trying to figure out that piece for a while.
Like
I
men,
don't know.
Men, it's purely physical. Why can't we have a relationship where we're emotionally in love with a person and then we can go off and physically have? Gay men do it all the time. Gay men get to fuck each other. They can be broken up. They can be. Lauren just said it to me today. She said that her friend, her gay friend, was going to stay with his ex-boyfriend, and I go, "Are they gonna? Do you think they'll have sex again?" She goes, "Of course, they still do all the time." And it's like they don't have to be like they could just fuck anyone, and no one gets in trouble, and there's no.
But they get AIDS.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But why can't girls just why can't you have a relationship and let your boyfriend or husband or whatever go off and just fuck other girls? It's just a fuck.
But also, Eddie, you're an extraordinarily jealous boyfriend. If your girlfriend went up to fuck someone, you'd be very upset. You would. You once told me the only reason you couldn't go to a swingers party is because you'd be fucking a chick while staring at your girlfriend fucking someone else and being angry.
I think I would. I'd be like throwing shit
There
at
you
his
go.
head.
I'd be more comfy with it than you would.
Yeah, you would definitely. You could go to a swingers party?
I think I could, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could.
I don't want to.
But the problem is that it's going to be full of uglies, isn't it?
Yeah, probably not the swingers I knew in Australia. Not ugly.
No?
No, I've never told you the story about my first time in Australia.
Tell me your story.
I went to Australia to do my first tour like 7 years ago, and I didn't know anyone there. I had an Australian friend in Britain who, as I was going, he said, "Where are you staying?" I said, "I don't know. I'll stay in a hostel or a hotel or some shithole. I don't care. I'm just doing like pub gigs." And he said, "No, you're going to stay at my best friend, the." He goes, "You're going to stay at his house," and I went, all right. And he says he's got this big mansion and he throws parties all the time, mate. He's fucking parties. You're
All
gonna
right,
fucking love him."
enough with the bigotry.
Yeah, but he goes, you're gonna love it. There's chicks there. He's got a spa in the back and blah blah. And I went, cool. And I never met this guy. Never even talked to him. All I heard was the keys under the mat. Let yourself in. He knows you're coming. So I fucking take like a bus and a taxi all the way from the airport in Sydney to this guy's house. He's not going to be there for a day, supposedly. I'm supposed to let myself in. I go into this guy's house. I'm sleeping on the couch. And that night, as I'm sleeping, he comes running through the front door, goes through the back door out into the patio, and starts throwing up all over the backyard. I can hear him going like, "Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!" and I'm like, what the fuck? And I swear I felt like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. I was like, there's no place like home. There's like, who the fuck is this guy throwing? And then he comes back in the house, gets on the phone, gets a girl on the phone. He goes, yeah, come over. I'm having a party. Yeah. There's some fucking yank on my couch. Yeah. So bring another bird. Then he goes to the refrigerator, pulls out 2 beers, opens them, and wakes me up because I'm faking that I'm asleep. And he goes,
Here you go, mate. Here you go. Have this beer, mate. There you go.
Welcome to Australia. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. So we drink all night, just the two of us from like 3 a.m. on till the sun comes up, just talking. And I go off to do some more gigs then. I leave the next, I come back like 3 days later and there's a full-fledged party going on at his house. And I walk in and everyone's naked. And they're just fucking everything. And I'm like, what the fuck? And this is my first time to Australia. And I'm like, is this what they do in Australia? I'm like, is this
That's
like,
what we do, Lee.
is this normal?
When are we
So
going?
they're all in the hot tub. I walk over to the hot tub and they're like, hey, this is Eddie, the comedian. Bah! And there's a girl in there that I always use. She's giving she's cross country skiing, fucking jerking off 2 guys. And I can see them. They're both like, hey, Eddie. And I'm like, hey. And she lets go of their cock, comes over, pulls my pants down and whips my cock out and goes, I'm supposed to give you this. And like somebody whispered in my ear, go blow him or something. And she just sticks my limp cock in her mouth. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And so I kind of like go up to my room and I think I have like a gig later that night. And I'm like, everybody's fucking here. And they're all doing drugs and shit.
And were they hot?
Yeah, they're really hot girls there. So I'm like, oh, what the? So I leave and like I had to go do a gig or something. I came home to like get my shit and go. And I come back like a couple days later and it's going on again. And they're having another party. And I'm in my bed and some girl comes in and goes, Russian girl goes, wake up. And I'm like, what? And she told me this guy, she goes, he won't fuck me. And now I knew he wouldn't fuck her because he pushed me out of a bedroom to go in another room because he was fucking some other girl earlier and he was passed out now. And she goes, I need you to fuck me.
And did you?
And I go, what? This girl goes, I need you to fuck me right now. And I'm like, why? And she goes,
Why'd you ask why?
I've never had a girl wake me up and go, I need you to fuck me.
Jason's never had a girl. Think how lucky you were. Was she hot? Russian? Eastern European women, they're great.
Yeah.
So she goes, come downstairs and drink with me. So we went downstairs and we started drinking vodka. And I think she cried to me about her husband or something. It was awful. It was awful. But these parties went on constantly. Like every 3 days. These guys never went to work. They would all call in sick and just decide to throw a party. And they all had jobs at like banks and lawyers and accountants. And
Right.
it was just fucking crazy. But
That's Australia. God bless the place.
The one guy was in a swingers club, and you have to be good looking to get in. And when you go to the parties, you have to bring someone with you.
Right.
And they have to be willing to jump in, and it's like 10 on 10. And they showed me photos, and everyone was good looking. Like,
Right.
It was like, oh, this is where they all go. When you go to a bar and you're like, why?
You know what's the saddest thing about that story? I've never been invited ever to anything like that. Like no one's ever looked at me and gone, "Well, bring Jim as my bring along." even with my small level of fame, no one thought, "Oh, he'll get in."
I've been to a few in the Hollywood Hills, and that are pretty
Well,
crazy.
you're better looking than me.
No, it was just I weaseled into them. But like pool parties where everyone was fucking doing crazy shit. But Lily, would you go to a swingers party?
I've definitely fantasized about that, but I don't know if I would.
What do you
Maybe.
Mean, what do you mean you fantasized about it?
I think it's hot to be able to do that.
To like switch guys?
And girls.
Ooh,
Wow.
Leader, we seen a side of you we didn't know about. Thank God
well-
Lindsay's gone.
Yeah, I mean, this wouldn't be possible otherwise,
No,
right?
this is taking-
It's like fate.
As much as we say Jason does nothing.
I'm not fucking anyone with you, Jason. So don't even think for a second.
If Brooklyn Decker,
You said you would already, though.
No.
On a previous show, I think you have.
No,
if the
I
hottest
lied.
I
woman,
think you said so.
if the hottest woman in the world came to me and said, "I'm gonna fuck you, but you have to watch me fuck Jason too," I would go, just take him.
No, because it wouldn't be worth it because you would have stabbed your eyes out 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah, it's like Luke Luke, like
Jeez.
I've seen you naked. I saw you run up those stairs like a jaunty little boy chasing after pudding.
I am gonna have trouble. I put it this way: I'm gonna have trouble ever masturbating or having sex again after I saw you naked. It just
Actually, I've been coming a lot quicker. It's actually helped me. Because I used to have so much self-hate. Now I actually yell out, at least I'm not him.
Lalit, tell me. So, have you ever had a threesome?
Of course she has.
Slightly.
What do you mean slightly?
There wasn't intercourse. It wasn't full-on intercourse, but
Did you do the cross country skiing?
No, it could have been a girl and a guy.
it was another girl and a guy.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Naturally? Yeah. You didn't want to do the devil's threesome?
Although
Jim likes those better. Wow. Jim likes the devil's threesome. He said the more cocks, the better.
Yeah, I
he likes
prefer
to
that.
see a woman wrecked.
I've had several.
To
I've
quote
had
him.
several threesomes just with two girls, and I've found them to be because the girls. It's never like porn because one of the girls is never as into it as the other.
Did you say it's not like Pong?
Porn.
Oh, I think you said Pong, like, you know,
Like the video game.
Boom.
Yeah. It's not like Tetris. But no, I prefer the two guys to the girl. I think it's hotter, personally. You know.
it's a little more aggressive.
Yeah. And,
You know how.
yeah.
You know I like
we
that.
know Jim thinks. Yeah, I couldn't do it. There can't be another cock in the room with me, or, you know,
Yeah, you're a big enough cock.
or
for
I'll
it.
end up just sucking that thing.
So Jim, is it one in the bum and one in the?
No, it's one in the mouth.
It's one in the-
one in the thing.
The spit roast.
The spit roast, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
I would do
visual.
I would do
She just wanted
I
something
would do
for
the
wank
I would
tank.
do the one in the bum, one in the vagina, but I've never met a girl who was up to it. I've only ever had that situation.
Speaking of which,
Porn stars.
those swingers from Australia, I went out with one of them one night. We were in a bar. We met up in town, and we were just like talking. And I
I'm
said,
getting a semi on here.
Yeah.
No, not talking about this. And I said to him, when you do this like swinging shit, I go, do you ever put your cock in like a girl's vagina, and then like another guy's got his cock in her ass? And he goes, I've been in a girl's vagina. Well, another guy's been in a girl's vagina. And I go, so your cocks are rubbing against each other.
Yeah, no,
and he
that's-
goes, yeah. And I go, that's gay. And he goes, no, it's not. He goes, it's all about her. And I'm like, not when your cock is rubbing against another cock. That is officially gay.
Yeah, well, I've seen it in porn many times. I understand the arguments for and against that.
What camp are you in?
Yeah,
Right in.
see, I
Are you
don't.
for or against?
I don't mind if it, a lot of guys, if I came in a girl's mouth and then she was to spit it back in my mouth, I don't have an issue with that if it's hot and it's in the moment.
Wait a minute.
It's my cum. I'm not a fucking weirdo.
Oh, your cum.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
what?
my cum, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant another guy's.
No, not another guy's
But even
cum.
your
It's
cum,
like a
it's still
fusion of
gross.
incest and cannibalism.
Like, yeah, if I've come over face and we make out and something goes in my mouth, I'm all right with that.
How do you feel about that, Lily? Come on. How do you feel? Come on.
I think it can be hot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would appreciate it
Yeah, that's not my thing.
if you.
You will appreciate it.
I don't need those little swimmers in my mouth. I have never.
How can you expect a girl to do that for you when you can't take it yourself?
I can take her pussy juice.
Yeah, but how many? Okay, let me put it this way: how many times have you gone down on a girl and then gone straight back up to kissing her with her juices all around you and have no second thought about it, and the girl never pushes you away when that happens?
I would let her. I would come in her mouth, let her swallow, and then make out with her. I just would. I don't want. Fuck. I have never.
I don't ask for it, but
Sounds
it
like
has
you do.
happened.
Sounds like
it
you
has
do.
happened, and I'm not afraid. If there's some in their mouth or something, I will go straight back to kissing them.
I can say officially, and like I have never tasted my own cum.
Oh, I've tasted it when I was about 12 or 13. I have so many times out of my hand and dipped it onto my tongue. It's unbelievable. I also have had several times when I've been wanked off, when I've had a hand job or done it to myself where it's shot directly into my mouth. Because I've always got my mouth open as I'm coming, and I'm always on my back doing it. and had a big load of it just bang,
no
swish,
wonder-
straight through the hoop.
No wonder you don't mind lapping it off a girl's face. you've been eating this delicacy for years.
And I can also tell you that
Protein.
my cum isn't that bad tasting. It's a pretty neutral old taste. It has
You
it has
drink a lot of watermelon juice.
It has good days and it has good days and bad. You know what I mean? It's not always fucking delicious.
I can't believe I live in
a
the
lot
same
of fruit.
house
They
with
say
you.
a lot of fruit.
I
is
don't
good
do
for
it
that.
every day, Eddie, but I've done it several times.
How many-
And sometimes if I'm feeling, you know, like when a woman goes, I'm feeling a bit
Look
sort
how
of.
uncomfortable Eddie is.
You know when a woman's like, oh, I feel a bit funny downstairs. You know when a woman knows when they're not smelling their best downstairs.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, but sometimes I have maybe once a month where it's like I've been doing something, I've been on a plane or whatever. I'm thinking, my cock's not smelling the best it could, and I might get a bit of cum on my hand, and I think, I wonder if my cum's up to good taste at the moment. I'll do a little thing. Oh no, that's fine. Oh no, I need to drink some more pineapple juice or something. I like to. I'm very considerate lover.
You taste test your own cum for them.
How am I doing today?
That's very considerate.
We've reached some lows with you that I thought we can't go any lower. He can't take us to a lower
Spelunking.
point. But tonight we've reached a new low. Fucking unbelievable.
I just think you guys are such.
The fish
fags.
don't have eyes down
Like,
here.
We're such fags for not eating your own cum.
Yeah.
Jason, you fucking faggot, eat your own cum.
Yeah.
Be straight and eat your own cum.
Jason's fucking ideal way to fuck a woman is I give her a massage on clean sheets.
Wait.
Come on.
Jason.
That was good. That was,
Okay.
Come on, let's please. Like, really?
Okay.
That situation's
just
unfair.
shut up. Did I say whoa? Shut up like 15 times. You just keep going. I got a good question. Have you ever stuck your own finger up your own bum?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Have you ever tasted that?
No. But I will tongue a girl's arsehole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who wouldn't?
And
Listen to Jason. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do you go from not having sex to tonguing their asshole?
No, he used to tongue
I
his
have
wife's
sex
anus. Sometimes she just shit in his mouth just to prove a point.
That's awful.
To ask for a divorce.
Can you play us a song?
Yeah.
You can?
Sure.
But a song we'd all know.
Yeah, play a song we know and then a song you make up for us.
I can't play a song you know. You
All right.
know?
Can you make up a song?
Yeah.
Make up a song about the show? Are you high enough?
Well, I got the...
Okay, make up a song that encompasses this whole show, everything that goes on in our show. Let him sing.
Give us a song we all know.
Let him make one up about the show.
All right.
Go.
What's it all about?
What's that all about?
Makes me...
Tori Spelling. What's that all about?
What's that all about? I'm pretty high. Jim shits on the couch in his pants. And Eddie concurs.
I concur.
And Lindsay's tits are no longer around.
But they're still round.
What's that all about? Makes me want to scream and shout. What's that all about? Why was I born?
Well done. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for
Please
listening.
join us on our normal things. GManEddie@yahoo.com, Stitcher, iTunes, on our web pages. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.